So we can see the title, Analysis of Cantilever Beam by Strain Energy Method. Now a cantilever beam, whether it is statically determinate or statically indeterminate, anybody recalls? Hello? One end is fixed, another end is free. This one. How do we calculate static indeterminacy? There are only two terms we need to see. One is equations of equilibrium available. How many are they? Anybody remembers? Hello? Hello? Friends, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. How many equations of equilibrium? There are three. Friends, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So equations of equilibrium are three. And how many unknown reactions are here? Yes. Unknown reactions. They are also three. Okay. Fixed end is there. A. At A, we have two reactions and one moment. Okay. So these are the three unknowns. So number of equations available 3, and number of unknown reactions also 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. So this propped cantilever beam is statically determinate. Just now we have seen the derivation for strain energy due to bending. Since this is beam and beams are not axial members, they are flexural members. Okay. So we will have to apply the equation of strain energy due to bending. So this is what we have to do, or this is what the equation we will have to use. Now, how to start with? Here in this equation, we have three terms. One is M, which is bending moment. Second is capital E, Young's modulus. Okay, and third term is moment of inertia. So E and I, which are in the denominator, they are constants, material and geometrical properties. Okay, capital E is material property, Young's modulus, and I is geometrical property. Okay, BD cube by 12 if cross section is rectangular.
Okay, जो Brendan.
So what we need is bending moment, which is varying along the length of the beam. EI is constant. Okay. So how to calculate total bending moment for this beam? So let us see. Approach is very simple. We need to consider one section at a distance x from one of the ends. So for simplicity, we will consider our origin at joint B. Okay, at joint B. So here I have shown in the diagram one section situated at a distance of small x from joint B. Now there are two things. When I'm going to write equation of bending moment, which is for the section considered, I'm going to treat this bending moment as minus. Now, this is as per my sign conventions. So, even if you know what are the sign conventions, I will just try to explain you. In short, if this is my section line, okay, so if I am going to calculate movement on right hand side of the section, and if it is clockwise, okay, like this, if my movement is clockwise, at the same time for the same section on left hand side, if my movement is anti-clockwise like this, then I will treat such movements as negative. Okay, negative movements. I will repeat again. If I am going to consider a section and movement on left hand side of the section is anti-clockwise or clockwise on right hand side of the section, then such movements will be treated negative. And when movements are of opposite nature, they will be treated positive. How? Clockwise on left hand side like this, okay, and anti-clockwise on right hand side, then movements will be treated positive. This is my sign convention. uh, Many people follow opposite sign conventions also. So this is my sign convention. You can try to adjust with my sign conventions if you are considering the opposite sign convention. Okay, that is what I want to tell. Now here I just have considered movement section at a distance x from joint B, and what will be my movement here? W into x with minus sign. Okay, minus wx. So in equation 4 here, I am going to substitute m value as minus wx and its square. So anyhow, whatever the sign convention we are going to use, finally we will get answer as positive. So for simplicity, I have just tabulated those results. Okay, if there are multiple parts of the member or multiple members, and you have to solve it using strain energy method, this is simple for you to summarize the uh, calculations. Okay, main part is which is your origin and what is your movement for that particular member or part. Okay, so I have considered AB member, my origin is at B. Okay, then my movement is minus wx as per the sign convention. For this particular member, flexural rigidity is EI, which is constant, and limits, that is length of member AB, is 0 to L. Okay, 0 to L. Now I will substitute moment value in strain energy equation. So what is my strain energy equation? M square ds upon 2 EI. So m square I have written here as minus wx square into ds or dx, okay, into 1 upon 2 EI. After this, I have made some simplifications. I have solved it further. 1 upon 2 EI is my constant. So I have taken it outside the integration. So what is remaining part? The remaining part in the integration is w square x square. Okay. Again, w square is also constant. I can take it outside the integration. So my term which is remaining inside the integration is only x square dx. Okay. So integration of x square dx is x cube upon 3. So I will not explain how this integration is there. It is supposed that you know very well what is the integration of x square dx. So it is x cube by 3 and then I have to substitute lower limit and upper limit. Okay, so after substituting the limits, I am getting my strain energy value as 1 upon 2 EI into W square into L cube upon 3. So finally it is W square L cube upon 6 EI. Okay, this is strain energy stored. Now I have to equate this to external work done. What is external work done because of point load? It is half W delta. Okay, external work done is half W delta. When it is point load, it is half W delta. Equate the two things, we will get deformation as WL cube upon 3 EI. Our answer is over. Our answer is over. Okay. Any difficulty in understanding this? You are free to discuss here now. You can ask questions. Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. For those who have not understood, I'll repeat this in 5 minutes. I have my cantilever beam which is subjected to point load at free end, and I have to solve it, analyze it using strain energy method. Analyze means find out the formation, then draw its SFD and BMD. Okay. So drawing SFD BMD is simple because this is statically determinate beam. But what are the actions induced in the beam? For that we need strain energy method. Okay. So strain energy due to bending, I have used the equation m square ds upon 2 EI. For this beam, from free end B, I have considered one section situated at a distance x from our origin capital B. As per the sign conventions, I have written value of bending moment in terms of load and distance, which is minus W into x. Then I have tabulated my results, summarized the results. Okay, then whatever the m value for the member I have calculated, I have substituted m value in the strain energy equation, and then I have simplified it further. Okay, so I am getting strain energy as W square L cube upon 6 EI. Next, due to external load, what is average work done? It is half W delta. Okay, I have now equated this external work done with internal energy, which is strain energy, and after that I have got delta as WL cube upon 3 EI. Okay, this is how we can solve a statically determinate beam using strain energy method. Now in this problem you can replace this loading by UDL. Okay, so you can try that problem to solve by strain energy method. Cantilever beam subjected to UDL throughout the span. Okay.